Hey, welcome to my channel. Oh, there's a car coming. Can't pull out. Welcome to Travel Time Chit Chat with Tamara. Today I'm running some errands. Just went to the post office. I just brought 2 big IKEA bags full of items. I think there was only like 22 items I was shipping out today. But unfortunately, that box right there, got to go to UPS. So you guys are going to come with me while I drive to UPS to bring that. Whenever I have the option of sending something UPS or post office, even if the UPS or FedEx is cheaper, I will compare it to the USPS price. This one was going to be $18 if I went with the post office, $12 if I went with UPS. So in the buyer selected UPS ground, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go with the UPS and I'll drive out there because it's a $6 savings, where sometimes if it's only like $1 or $2, I'm like, no, convenience by doing it by USPS is worth paying USPS. And actually I think the item was gonna be, the $18 was US ground advantage, so not even the priority rate. So it was worth it. So now I gotta head out. Haven't been really doing very many videos because I haven't been running around much. So I haven't been doing the travel time chit chat. I have thought about going live, but I wanted to tell you guys what I've been up to, and this is why I really haven't gone live, because I haven't been spending much time in my office. Majority of my time has been spent going, well, I shouldn't say the majority of my time. In the office has been, you go down, I package up my orders, and then that's it. I haven't really done much. I have not been listing much at all on eBay. Hold on, lady. Hold on, you guys, because, you know, safety first. I gotta give my full attention to this intersection. It's busy today. It's Friday. So hopefully I'll get this video up today. One of the reasons why I haven't been doing very many videos, which I started to say earlier, is that I'm still struggling with my phone being able to transfer all my files over to my computer. And unless I want to pay money to upload to the cloud or Dropbox or any like that, it stinks. So this video, as long as I don't have to do any editing, will go directly right up and not into my editing software. So I won't do, you know, an end screen or beginning, whatever. And we'll be doing no editing, 100% raw. So hopefully there's no coughing spell, or if there is, there's a small one. I am finding my throat is dry. Which I was thinking I might run through and get a Diet Coke today. Oh my gosh, y'all know I love my Diet Cokes from McDonald's. And since I've been trying to eat better since August, oh my gosh, it's snowing, there's snow flurries. I've only had, oh gosh, maybe 3 sodas from McDonald's since then. And I was like, yeah, today I headed out. Normally I bring my water bottle and I didn't grab it. Well, I can definitely feel my throat. I haven't drank anything all day because I forgot to bring something downstairs with me when I was packaging. But anyway, this big package right here is a baby, I think it was Baby Lock or Lock Baby. I think it's Baby Lock sewing machine. And I got it free. I had a lady who posted a couple years ago. She put up a bunch of cookbooks, and I said, oh, there was one I really wanted. So I said, I'm really interested in this cookbook, and everything was free. So I went over to grab that one cookbook, and she says, I'm getting rid of all of these books too, and they were all like homeschooling books. So I'm pretty sure they're probably like Mennonite. They're not Amish, but I think they're like, you know, from the Amish type of community. So I think they may have gone up to be like Mennonite type thing. And so I was like, oh yeah, I said, do you mind if I take all of these? And she's like, no, not at all. So some of them we've used, but a lot of them, my brother is a principal at a school, and he had given her a bunch of these books. So I grabbed those, and I think I've sold out of all those because I listed them like right away. Well, this sewing machine just kind of sat there and sat there and sat there because I'm like, I gotta clean it up. It was dirty, and I needed to figure out a way to test it just to see if it even worked. And it kind of just sat in a box for the longest time until I think maybe the summer, maybe spring or summer. I finally got around to cleaning it and got it tested and got it listed, and it sold for $126. So I'm really excited that I got. So when I went to go get the cookbooks and those other books I ended up getting for free, when I was leaving the driveway, she had a bunch of boxes at the end of the driveway too of stuff that was free. So I stopped and went through that and grabbed this. That's when I grabbed the sewing machine, and I don't even remember what else I grabbed, but you know, it's funny, I was seeing somebody had commented on, I don't know if they did a video or if it was on Facebook or whatever. You know what, I think it may have been you, Anissa, who watches my channel. I think it may have been you that made a comment on Facebook about finding things in your death pile that you forgot were there. And that's kind of what it was. When I was going through my stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, I got this sewing machine. I really got to get this listed. It was when I got it, hold on, now I got a cough. When I had grabbed it, it was post the sewing machine craze. So like in 2020, sewing machines were going for so much money because people were home and they were making masks and whatever. I don't even know what else they were doing with them. But you know, anything hobby really related just skyrocketed. Like even like bread machines went really high. Like things that people could do at home while they were stuck at home. And of course there were shortages and stuff like that when it came to the bread. So I know bread machines went. I actually bought a bread machine during I think it was probably 2020 or 2021, and started making my own bread. Yeast was hard to find, but I had found a ton of yeast, and so I was making bread. But anyway, so that's what I'm bringing. The other stuff that I've been selling is a lot of the things I've been putting my time and effort on is, instead of listing new things, because I think I pretty much primarily got most of the stuff from my death pile, is anything that's new with tags, anything that's seasonal, I got that stuff listed. So most of the stuff I got left now to list are just like really oddball things, and some of it's stuff I'm not even sure if I'm gonna list. Or for instance, I've got Legos. I've got so many Legos, but they are a bunch of different sets. A lot of them are Star Wars, and they're a bunch of different sets that are in just big totes, all mixed up. I got the instructions for them. So my plan this winter is to sit and just put together Legos and see if I got everything I need for the set. And I did this with my Bionicles. When my son got rid of his Bionicles, a couple of them were missing some minor pieces, and you can go on and buy the pieces for like 50 cents and stuff like that. So I did that. So I'm thinking I might do that with these. All right, somebody is blowing their leaves, and you know, like when you're a kid and you would run and jump in a pile of leaves. It's in the road right now. It's like a pile of leaves in the road. They're blowing them into the road, and then somebody's got a shovel and she's shoveling them across the road into the other side of the road, which is just like field over on this side. It's just field. So I decided that instead of taking the time to list the stuff that probably isn't things that would sell during Q4, and there are quite a few used items that still are selling. Like today, a lot of the stuff I packaged was still used, and I decided, since, or at least I thought, eBay sales were not doing so good. You know, I've been kind of on that bandwagon of, yeah, my sales aren't so good. I go a day with no sales, which is so unlike me. I almost never go a day without sales on eBay. And I've been going with sales with no sales. And I said, since my sales are low, which turns out they're not. Well, last month my sales were up 23%, but I thought they were low. And I said, I'm going to take my time, and instead of listing new stuff that I'm not even sure is really like good stuff to sell right now, I'm going to focus on cross-posting all of my items. So I've been cross-posting over the years, but I kind of like pick and choose what I put up on the other platforms. and some of it's just like time related. Like, so eBay's always been my primary, and then once I get it up on eBay, then I will decide what to cross post. Well, I said, now that I've been using Flyp since July, if you haven't seen the video I've done on Flyp, Flyp, go and look at my channel. It's only probably I don't know, 4 or 5 videos back. I did one showing you the program. It is free. It's a free cross-listing program. I just really, really highly recommend it. I do have an affiliate link. I think I get $10 in Amazon gift cards if anybody signs up and uses it. There is a link down below. I don't know if it's down below here. If not, I'll try and remember to add it, but it is on the Flyp video. So anyway, so I've been importing all of my stuff into Flyp, and then the biggest thing I did was, for those who've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I sell in a niche category, which is my Red Barn planning. And since I no longer have my Shopify store, because I got kicked off from Shopify for not having receipts for all of my planners, which, you know, a lot of them I do have, but I don't have receipts for everything. And they wanted receipts for everything. There are times when I will go to a garage sale and somebody will be selling a brand new planner or a brand new journal that they never used. And I'll pick it up and I'll sell it. So I'm like, oh, I don't have receipts for everything. So they shut me down because I didn't have it. So anyway, I said, you know, I want to be able to run specials, because a lot of the things that I sell are planners, and then planner stickers and planner accessories. And I want to be able to run a sale where somebody can buy a planner and maybe get a sticker book for half price, or, you know, just like some type of bundling. And with my current eBay store, it's really hard to do that, because somebody will buy something and I can't really run a promotion, because they could buy a shirt and then get another shirt half price or something like that, where I want to be able to just say buy something, one thing, and get something else half price or something like that. And I just feel like my margins are better, because I know the margins are just a little more flexible, I guess, and people are more apt, if you're in a niche store, to see what else you have, especially if your store name in this instance is Red Barn Planning. They're more apt to say, oh, planners, you know, okay, let's see what else does she have in that realm of stuff. Especially if you're there to buy like Happy Planner sticker books, then you know, I probably have like 40 or 50 listed. Then you can go and see what other sticker books I might have if you can get a discount. So I decided to import all of my stuff into Flyp. And I'm probably going to do a video on this, because somebody in one of the Flyp forums on Facebook had asked about doing something like this, and I kind of described what I did. But I imported, so I logged into my eBay account, my Tamara Lynn eBay. I uploaded all of my stuff, which now they have a bulk upload. You used to only be able to do 10 things at a time. Then I went to one thing at a time until that bulk came up. And I was able to, I probably did like 50 to 100 at a time. And then I started off putting in the keywords of like planner, calendar, journal, notebook, pens, like anything stationary words. And I put that into the search and I imported those items. And then once I got a chunk of them, maybe not all of them, but a chunk, because sometimes I did it in like increments, because I obviously am not going to be able to cross post everything. So I ended up put them into Flyp, logged out of my eBay account, logged into my new eBay account, reconnected my eBay store, so it was no longer my Tamara Lynn store, but my Red Barn Planning store. And then I took those items and I marked them. You have to do it individually. I marked them as not listed on eBay, and then I listed them on eBay. And then when I listed them on eBay, and when it imported, it imports everything. So the only thing I had to do was say does not apply for the UPC, which I have UPCs for a lot of them, but time-wise, I was not going to pull out every single individual item and look at the UPC or go back to the original eBay listing. It didn't import the UPCs. So I ended up saying no UPCs. And then I just said submit. everything else came over, so I didn't have to do anything else but that. And so then it was now on my Red Barn Planning eBay store. Then I went to, after I did a bunch of them, maybe 15, 20, 25, whatever I felt like that day. Once I got those listed, I then took my eBay store in one. I was using like Google Chrome, because you have to use Google Chrome for Flyp. And then I went to Microsoft Edge, and I had my one eBay store in Microsoft Edge, one eBay store in Google Chrome, side by side. And I would look at Red Barn and I'd say, okay, these are the 10 things I just listed. And I would go and then take them down from my eBay at Tamerlan. I know it sounds complicated, but it was so simple, so simple. The other thing I had to do was, there's times when I might have 10 of one item, 2 of one item. So when you import into Flyp, it does not import your quantity. So when I posted onto eBay, it was only posting a quantity of 1. So then as I was taking them down from Tamerlan, I was also updating the quantity on Red Barn Planning. It was really seamless. It really, really went quick and easy. Well, maybe not quick, because I had a lot of items, which I am at the UPS, but I don't want to do this in 2 videos. So I'm going to sit here and keep talking to you guys until I finish what I want to talk about. But so what I did was, I ended up opening a store on eBay, because you cannot use the features of running discounts, coupons, any of that stuff, sales, unless you have a store, which I didn't realize that, which kind of stunk. So I ended up opening up a basic store, because when you open up not a store, but just an account on eBay, you can sell 250 buy it now items. So I'm sorry, I'm looking at this guy. He's walking. He almost got hit by that car. I don't know, distractions. So I'm like, okay, I can handle 250. Well, I didn't realize how many items I sell that are in the stationery realm. I mean, I have been moving my business more towards that type of thing, because it's really where I find my passion. It's what I enjoy the most. So I all of a sudden realized that I was over 250. I think when I looked next, I was like 346 items I had already brought over and imported and brought into the new eBay. Well, I was now getting charged, I think it was 30 cents a listing. And I was like, oh, I got to upgrade my store. So now I am like, what is it? A starter store and then a basic store. So I was a starter. Now I'm a basic, I think. So now I get like 1,000 listings, I think it is. So I ended up figuring out that it was costing me, well, 100 times the what, $30-something. It was $30-something was the fee. And it's like $29.99 for the next level store. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to do the next level store. So I did send a message to eBay for Business. And I told them, I said, listen, I just created another account. My original account is Tamerlan. I've been a member since 1998. Just want to let them know that, listen, I've been a long time user of eBay, and I've been around, and you know, I'm the type of seller and whatever. So they would just know. And I said, I created another account and didn't realize I had gone over my allocation. So I upgraded my store, and I was really hoping they would credit me back my store insertion fee. They said they needed every single item number. I said, you can't just go look at my account, my fees. And they said no. So I said, all right, when I was texting from my phone at the time, and I said, okay, when I get home, I will copy and paste them. So it didn't take long, just copy and pasted on my computer into an email. And then I copied that and then pasted it into my messenger and sent that off. And like within 10 minutes, they came back and said, okay, we're going to credit you all those fees. I was like, thank you so much. Like, I haven't checked because I knew it wouldn't be right away. And I think this was possibly on Wednesday. Today's Friday. May have been Tuesday. Actually, I think it was Tuesday because I went to the casino. Yeah, it was Halloween, the 31st. So I haven't checked it, and I got to check and follow up just to make sure that really happened. But bravo, eBay. Thank you so much for giving me a credit on those fees. And but now I got a store, so that means in January I get another eBay supply coupon, which, yay, I'm excited about that. But now I get 2 store fees. But I think in the long run it'll be worth it because sales are already picking up in the other store. Yeah, so far people have not bundled, which is really what I was hoping I'd get more bundling, and that's not been happening. But anyway, so besides doing that, now that I've put everything into the other store, now I'm focusing on getting everything that I put into Flyp. I imported all of my stuff from eBay into Flyp. 3,000 items I think I have, maybe 2,000. I think I had like 25 or 2,600. And I'm putting everything into Flyp and then cross-posting it either to Mercari, Poshmark, Etsy. Those are the 3 platforms that I cross-post to. So if it's eligible for Poshmark, then I'm putting it on Poshmark. If it's eligible, which I think most things are except for any flammable things you can't sell on Posh. And like, I don't think you can do food, right? There's no food category. So it's pretty much like clothing, anything in that clothing realm, like accessories, purses, shoes, whatever, jewelry, and then home goods. So, but like home decor goods. Oh, and electronics and pets, they do that now. And then Mercari pretty much is everything but food is the only thing I can't put on Poshmark. On Mercari. And I don't think I really sell much food anymore. I'm not even sure if I have any food currently listed. And then Etsy, of course, if it's vintage or handmade or a supply, then that goes on Etsy. And so I've been cross-posting all that. And the biggest challenge is I might list something my mom made, cross-post that. And I'm like, okay, that goes into my Two Bird Designs Etsy store. Or then the next thing might be, a vintage milk glass vase that my mom had, because that's really what I've been listing a lot this year is stuff from my mom's estate. And I'm like, oh, that goes in my Yellow Fox vintage store. So then I have to like log out and reconnect stuff. So I did decide yesterday, because I'm still working on this. Literally, this is what I've been working on like 12 hours a day. Cross-posting, but it's paying off because my sales on Mercari have picked up. I had sales from Mercari, Poshmark, well, obviously eBay, but then I've had, or I guess maybe I shouldn't say obviously, because some days I've had none. And then I've had 3 of my Etsy stores. I have 4 Etsy stores. 3 of them I had sales from. The other one is mostly just print on demand, which really hardly anything sells there. I haven't put anything new up, and our maple syrup, and that's on Living the Better Way. That's the other Etsy store. So to wrap it all up, that's what I've been spending my time on. I have not been really sourcing. I have not been listing anything new. It's just seeing that eBay seems to be having some issues. I said it is time to diversify. If for any chance I was to lose a platform, got kicked off a platform, which I don't see that, I don't see that happening. I don't feel like I break the rules. So, but the fact that everything now will be in Flyp, as long as Flyp doesn't go under, because man, the time and effort I've spent putting into Flyp would just be horrendous if they decided not to do it anymore, which honestly, they don't charge anything. So where are they making their money? I just don't know. I suspect they'll get us all hooked in and then they'll start charging. But I would pay Flyp right now. I would pay equivalent to what I was paying List Perfectly or Vendu. I would pay that to Flyp. So I would easily pay $20 a month for Flyp. It has just been really good, the advantages that I get from it. And now, so the other thing is, so let's say I had been cross-posting with Vendu a year ago, 2 years ago, and then I switched to List Perfectly, and I was doing that, but then there was a time I unsubscribed from all of it, so then there was a time where I really wasn't cross-posting much, and there are things that I put into Flyp that show that I've only listed on eBay, but I know that I have already cross-posted them to Poshmark, Mercari, and possibly even Etsy. So before I even cross-post, if it's an older listing, which right now everything's old, then I am putting in, I'll copy part of the title, and I'll paste it in Poshmark and see if it's listed. And if it is, I grab the link and then I put it into Flyp saying it's already listed and here's the link. That way, when something sells, I go into Flyp and I just say item sold on eBay for $25, and it will automatically delist it from those other platforms. The only time it won't delist, for some reason it does not delist Facebook, which I don't have very much. Well, I have a lot of old stuff still on Facebook, but I get no sales on Facebook. I started cross-posting some things, maybe it was 2 months ago, and I think last week I said I'm not going to put anything else on Facebook because I'm not getting any sales, and it's just such a waste of my time and effort to keep doing that. So I'm not doing that. Plus, Facebook is so time consuming. People complain about Poshmark having to share your closet. Poshmark has a feature that you can just click on now and say pretty much share your whole closet. Right? You say I want to share, and then you click on what do you want to share, and you can just say everything, and it will share your whole closet. Flyp has a sharing thing built into it where you can literally set it up on your computer and walk away for the day and tell it to share your closet every hour, have it share 6 times a day, or whatever. You can set it up however often you want it. You can say just share it once. So what was I going to say about that? I forgot. So the big thing is, when I sell something, if I mark it sold, it all depends on when it comes to Etsy, what Etsy store I'm logged into. So if I'm logged into Two Birds Designs and I say sold, it's going to tell me it can't delist it from Etsy. So I'll still see, let's say I sold it on eBay, I'll still see like the Etsy icon in the screen, and I'll be like, oh, I got to go to Etsy. That's right. Yep, this is a Yellow Fox vintage item. I got to go to Etsy and take that down. So on my computer, it's so simple. I'll just, because most of the time I'm logged into the at least one of the other Etsy ones in my Microsoft Edge. So I'll just log into, or just go to that and take it down. So it's been working out pretty good. And again, I've been saying sales have been really picking up. And when you think about buyers and you ask your friends, oh, you buy online, where do you buy? Oh, Amazon. Well, where else do you shop? Right? Are there any other websites? Do you shop on Poshmark? Have you ever heard of Mercari? Do you shop on eBay? Do you shop on Etsy? I'll tell you right now, I sell things on Etsy for my vintage items. I always mark up my price than I do on eBay. And I sell probably more vintage items on Etsy than I do on eBay. And I make a lot more money. People don't shop around because they could easily search for whatever they're buying from me on Etsy. For instance, one of the things I packaged up this week was a teacup oil lantern, I think. Something like that. Oil light. I don't know. It's got the most like cord wicks or whatever. It was my mom's. And I had it on Etsy. And I think I had it for probably half the price on eBay. And somebody bought it on Etsy. I think $48, I think is what it was. So don't overlook Etsy. If you're feeling frustrated with your sales on eBay, I highly suggest, even if you're just copying, pasting, and you're not going to use a software program like Flyp, maybe you don't use Google Chrome, maybe you're an anti-Google person and you don't want to use that, then copy and paste and put it on those platforms. There are things like Vendoo and List Perfectly, and they're both great platforms. They both work a little differently, but ultimately they get your items cross-posted, and I am a huge believer in that. I do know that Flyp is looking at adding Depop and Shopify. They don't have those yet. So if that's important to you, then List Perfectly is really good for more platforms than what Flyp has. But again, you can't beat the price of free. Ooh, I like free. All right, well, I should get into the UPS store. I probably missed today's pickup. Yeah, because I think they come at like noon, or at least I think that's FedEx is noon. I don't know. Either way, got to get it done and get back home and keep cross posting, because once I get all that done, I'm hoping by the end of this weekend I'll have that done. And all next week, my main focus is getting my office in that area organized, because it is so chaotic right now. It's been on my list, but getting this stuff cross-posted has been more on my list, only because, again, I wanted things to get on the other platforms. And it's funny, some things that I thought I had already cross-posted and I hadn't. And some of the stuff I sold today is stuff, there was something I listed on Poshmark this morning, and within 10 seconds of me listing it, somebody bought it on Poshmark. I'm like, because I went and looked and it said listed like 10 seconds ago, and I'm like, whoa, like literally I hit submit and then I hear cha-ching, like somebody bought it. Like, that is just crazy insane. So yeah, and there are things that have been sitting on eBay. And I've been doing a lot of sales on eBay, 75% off. I've been doing sell similar, ending it in sell similar. I've been doing all the tricks. I promote all my stuff on eBay at like trending rate, which is ridiculously high, like 12 to 18% some items. It's just crazy. And things still aren't selling. But here I list it, and within seconds, it's sold on Poshmark. So if you are sleeping on cross-posting, why are you doing that? Not everybody shops at eBay. A lot of people don't shop at eBay. Some people have been burnt and won't ever go back to eBay, but they might go to mercari because they see a commercial, or go to Etsy because they see a commercial. My daughter, I don't think she really shops at eBay at all, but she is a huge shopper on Etsy. She loves to support people on Etsy. Like, that's big for her, and she's 31 years old. So, all right, well, that's it. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys with all of that thing, but if anybody needs help, I have a Discord. Down below there's a link to my Discord. I think it's still called Yellow Brick Road Reselling, or maybe it's called Reselling something. I don't even know what the name of it is, but join the Discord. I would be happy to walk you through setting up Flyp, cross-posting. If you decide to create a second store like I did, and you're wondering, again, how I did it, I'd be happy to talk to you through that. It just really seemed to be working really well for me, and I'm really happy that I made that decision, and I'm really happy that I've decided to cross-post 100% of my 2,600 items to multiple platforms. Yeah, it's just working out really, really good so far. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, subscribe, thumbs up, all that YouTubery stuff. All right, see you later. Bye.